Ackerbilk on the outside, Old Man on the inside, and there's the number 7 has got it, Ackerbilk, Sam Highland. Number 7, Ackerbilk has won the Toyota Federation Cup in a close photo finish. Second placing going to Old Man Brendan Fennick, and third, number 15, Mr. Tanzania. Well tried in the race, coming from well back, the Western Australian grabbing third. Numbers are 7, 6 and 15. And a narrow victory for Ackerbilk. And that breaks a long out for Ackerbilk. Not that he'd been racing poorly by any stretch of the imagination, though. But he hadn't actually been able to win a race for a heck of a long time. September of 1999 in New Zealand, I think, was his last win. And he's weaved his way into the clear. Ridden a lovely race by Sam Highland. He drew one, sat just off the pace for the majority of the race. Got into the clear at the right time. He and Old Man had a great battle. They raced pretty tight down the straight, but in the end, it was Ackerbilk just getting the nose in front on the line. Old Man beaten and far from disgrace with a big finish from Mr. Tanzania in third place. La Zagaletta hitting the front pretty early in the piece, fighting on very well at the end of the race. He's finished fourth. And fifth home, number 14, Celestial Show, Luke Carey, riding a bold race, got the rails run, but she wasn't able to quite capitalise on it profitably. 7, 6, 15, great finish to the Toyota Federation Cup race number 5. Next
of other races to the Goodwin. Set now, this is the Yallambee Classic. Look to stand well. Ready to run. One of them fractious near the inside. Oh, there's one lunging. Romolata, I think, is going off. Set, they're off and racing, and Romolata was away fairly well. Surtees was very, very slowly away, and 8-8's not much speed, and first away Shea Spice with Super Elegant. Romolata pulling his way through inside those runners to be the leader after a couple of 100 metres. Showing speed also as Continuum, followed just behind them by 8-8's together there. With in the centre Moa Man, and wider on the track was Palace Chief, followed getting back on the inside by Miss Powerbird. Delaney wide out, then Secret Haze, followed by Arrogance well back. As they come up to the turn, Land's End, followed by Surtees, third last. Second last is Paternal on its outside as Kashki at the 550. Continuum on the inside leads with Romolata, and outside them Mavotrice has been there all of the way. Then Shea Spice, Palace Chief, followed by Super Elegant on the inside, looking for the way through. 8-8's off the track. Moa Man got taken wider, and Delaney likewise. Land's End running up behind them, and Secret Haze back to the inside. Then Arrogance at the 250. Romolata let go. 8-8's coming after him. Deeper out, here's Miss Powerbird with her run. Then on the inside, battling away Continuum, and Secret Haze still in front. 8-8's on the outside. Miss Powerbird, Kashki from the tail. Romolata's battling away as well. 8-8's just in front. Miss Powerbird lunging, and Miss Powerbird's come hard at 8-8's. They're the two. Can't separate them. They're wide out on the track. In third place, Romolata, followed home by Land's End and Secret Haze, both running on together with Kashki. Then Continuum, Arrogance, followed by Surtees. Well back was Paternal, Palace Chief, Shea Spice, Delaney, Moa Man, Super Elegant, and tailed off Mavotrice.
Big finish with Miss Powerbird, Stephen Baster lunging at 8-8's, and what a good run by Romolata to battle on as well as she did. Okay, photo finish, not much in it. Miss Powerbird on the outside with the advantage from that particular angle. Romolata in third place, hanging on really well. Now Flemington, Protest second against first. They're off in race 2. Ascot, here's Darren McCauley.
To move Regal Honour.
And the margin's only a bob of the head. And I think I had to stop.
Flemington to Randwick and Ian Craig.
And they're away. Red Ivory came out just a little awkwardly. The Queenslander Marquis from a wider chalet out quickly, but Recall, the favourite, straight to the front from Ears Ronnie. Third posse is taken by Strange, and Marquis fourth. Then Expect a Star, followed by, on the inside rail, Next Star, Evening Star, as they pass the judge from Goodwood, Native Zephyr. Act Natural caught out a bit deep, and last of all is Red Ivory. As they race along past the 2000, and Recall shows the way. Ears Ronnie is running second, about 3/4 of a length from the leader. Third is Strange. Strange parked on the inside of Marquis, who's one out, one back. A couple of lengths further back is Our Evening Star on the inside of Expect a Star, followed closely by Goodwood, and then Native Zephyr, second last being Act Natural, and 2 lengths to Red Ivory. This is the order, 1,700 metres to travel, and Recall shows the way. $2.10 on Tab Limited. Out by 3/4 of a length, here's Ronnie. A length and a half away third is Strange, followed by Marquis, and then Our Evening Star, Expect a Star from Goodwood, Native Zephyr, and well back is Red Ivory, and the same can be said for Act Natural. 1,400 to go as they work along the back section of the Randwick Racecourse on the all-weather track, in fact, and Recall kept honest by Old Ears Ronnie, who's drawn level, and he wants to try and lead, maybe, and at the 1,200 marker, Recall not surrendering, about a head or so on Ears Ronnie. 2 lengths away third is Strange, followed by Marquis, a length and a half. Our Evening Star from Expect a Star, and then Goodwood, a length to Native Zephyr, and still the last pair of Act Natural on the inside of Red Ivory. There's been very little change from the time they settled fully into stride, and as they work to the 800 marker now, and Recall about a neck clear on Ears Ronnie. Marquis being given a nice run on the outside of Strange, and 2.5 to Our Evening Star. The fence, Expect a Star the outside, and there outside 3 wide in fact is Goodwood. 2 lengths to Native Zephyr. Act Natural, and still bringing up the rear is Red Ivory there, really starting to jam up, preparatory to swinging the corner, and Recall is shifting off the fence, and Strange got a lovely run through, and Strange has joined Recall, a length and a half to Marquis, and Red Ivory has made some ground, so's Goodwood, and then at the head of the others, Our Evening Star. Will Recall surrendered, Marquis hits the front, Goodwood is after it. Certainly the race has changed in the last 200, but Marquis, the Queenslander, a length and a half, Goodwood, Expect a Star, Our Evening Star, and Native Zephyr, but it's Marquis the leader. They're not going to catch Marquis, and beautifully ridden, Marquis wins it well from Expect a Star. There's nothing between Our Evening Star and Goodwood for third, and Native Zephyr's not far away. A long gap, Red Ivory. Here's Ronnie, followed up by Strange, and then came Act Natural, and Recall finished Stone Motherless.
Marquis is yet another son of Zabeel, a 5-year-old trained by Laurie Mayfield Smith in Brisbane, ridden by Brad Stewart. That's win number 4 from 18 starts, and it was an authoritative win. 11.10 and 2.60. Expect a Star second, 2.90. Photo for third. Recall was worried all the way in front by Ears Ronnie and spat the dummy as they turned for home and dropped right out of the race. Townsville race 7 and Snappy Gift $2, a clear-cut favourite ahead of Credit Limit, Star of Clang, North Ali, Mr West and Wandini. About $16,000 here in the wind pool. They're all under starters' orders at Cluden Park.
They're the only 2 runners under double figures. Now Flying Socks and Snappy Gift, the 2, they've got to get into the barrier. And getting a little bit behind time. Now Flying Socks coming up. And Snappy Gift is got about 5 attendants around her. Now Snappy Gift is the last one to come up. And 5 attendants working on getting Snappy Gift into the barrier. She can be a little hard to load, but she's in now. John Cairns about to hop back into the saddle on the favourite, Snappy Gift. $1.90, $1.40, $4.80, $2 for Credit Limit number 3. And they're all in the gates. Set to go, 1,200 metres the distance. Stunner about to pick up the button. There's the light. Ready to go. Racing now. Good start, Magic Banner near the inside, fast away, Northerly and Star of Clang fast out, and Like a Maze K and Goddess again began brilliantly, and they're charging up towards the lead. Snappy Gift about 7th on, settling down. Magic Banner beaten now for speed. Jazzy Landing moving around it on the outside with Mr West. Wandini drifting back. 2 Banners back towards the tail of the field when they got going, and a fair way back was Credit Limit. They were followed by Flying Socks, who's trapped out pretty wide, and Top Road dropped back to the tail with Go Pogo about 3rd last. It's Snappy Gift working around them. The favourite goes up to Goddess again. Mr. West went up to third as they raced to the 600. 2 lengths away in fourth place, Like a Maze K. Then Northerly, followed by Flying Socks, making a run wide out. Credit Limits working into the race, about 5 off the lead. Further back, Jazzy Landing, and Star of Clang was shuffled right back through the field. Wandini at the head of the others when they turned for home from Go Po Go. Snappy Gift and Goddess again, 250 out. They led the way by a length and a half. Northerly's coming home well. Further out was for Flying Socks, followed by Wandini. Snappy Gift with 100 to go. She's tackled by Northerly. Northerly got to Snappy Gift. Wandini's flying. Northerly, Snappy Gift. Snappy Gift. Snappy Gift has raised another effort. She's 1.5 head from Northerly and Wandini in a great finish. They were followed next in by Credit Limit, Flying Socks, Top Road to Banner. Further back, Goddess again. Then came Like a Maze K. A long way back, Star of Clang. And then came Jazzy Landing. Go Po Go, Mr. West. Magic Banner, the last one in.
Commentator there at Townsville was Tony Wode, and it looks as though the numbers are 12, 2 and 8, with Snappy Gift pulling out plenty under pressure to just hold off Northerly on the outside. Photo finish on the big 2-year-old race at Cluden Park. All right, Graham McNeice now with top Sydney rider Hugh Bowman.
Well, if you give Spurred On a chance in the upcoming event, the Classic, the Doomben Classic, one must also give a chance to Hebe Reeby, because it was just nutted by Spurred On recently in the Packer Plate. Hugh Bowman was aboard. It was a fabulous ride because it came from out very wide. How are you?
Very well, thanks, Graham. How are you?
Good. This is your first time you've ridden in Brisbane?
It is, yeah. This is my first time up here, and you know, I've come to ride this bloke, Hebe Reeby. I'll give him a great chance in the next, and hopefully he'll run well.
Yeah, well, if you come all this way, you obviously have an opinion of the horse, because it was a very close second behind Spurred On.
Well, it was a close second, and, you know, Spurred On, he's a horse that's really gone on, had big raps, as everyone knows that as a 2-year-old, and this preparation he's really gone on, but, you know, I take nothing away from my bloke. You know, he did have a foot problem before the last race, and Noel thought he was a fraction underdone, so, you know, I'm going into this race very confident.
Is he a genuine 2,000-metre horse?
He is, yeah. You know, he sort of did a lot of racing over 12 and 1400s as a young horse, and, you know, this preparation, I asked Noel, you know, try him over a bit further, and, you know, the further he's got, the more he seems to come accustomed to it. He just seems to relax so well in his races, and, you know, this should be ideal for him today.
Okay, and it's nicely drawn to Hugh. You're riding one for Miracle Mel in the last race here at Doomben as well.
Riding Satinka, she's got nice form back in Sydney. You know, she ran a nice race in a Class 6, I think it was, at Gosford, before going to Sydney and running. I think she might have run second, I'm not 100% sure, but, you know, she's a genuine horse. Probably a little bit of a step up for her, but I'm sure Malcolm will have 100% for today.
Good luck on your maiden trip to Doomben. I hope you go back a winner, mate.
Thanks very much, Graham.
See you, Jam.
Thank you.
Hugh Bowman, who's riding Hebe Reeby in the Doomben Classic, coming up shortly.
Yes, well, that was done a little bit earlier, but look, the numbers here are 4, 3, 15 and 7. I've gone for the 4, I think, because Hale is just a beautiful type of horse. The only thing is just a bit concerned around Doomben and the pace of the race. Spurred On looks brilliant in the enclosure, and I'm certain to get a good run, and Brian York will certainly be the one to beat there. Look, I went down to the filly, the 15, which is Arabia, a lovely filly, this one, and the only thing is it's got a bad alley, but it will get home. From then on was the 7 I did like, was Glen Rowan. This horse, Maxi Lees, looked extremely well. Other horses did look well, but I think that the 4 and the 3 will dominate this race from the 15 and the 7. So we'll go upstairs to Alan Thomas for the call now of the Doomben Classic.
Thank you, Larry. Yeah, they're getting...
No luck last time out, and this is not a
Warrior. Hebe Reeby in those bright lime green and black striped colours. Danichenko stands up nicely. Now Millennium moves up into the gates. He's in. Gillespie, Redenza Road and Arabia, they're the 3 that we wait on. This race is a Group 3 level, the Doomben Classic. It's been won by some great horses over the years. I remember a soul-stirring struggle one year between Stylish Century and Rough Habit. Arabia goes in. This man Should is the last to lead. He's coming up towards his position now. This man Should is moving in. There'll be a bit of jockeying going on to the first turn here to try and finish up in a spot. Starting signal. Set. Rapid Man. Pimpata Player, Betril, Danachenka, spurred on. Ready to go. Stars and Bars, a little dancy. Racing Arabia missed it by a length or so, and Gillespie was slow to get going. Rapid Man bounced out of the inside gate, and he's straight to the front. Spurred On is showing good speed in the early stages, and Pimpata Player going forward. But Trill is going to trail, fourth, fifth over on the inside. Millennium and Stars and Bars showing good speed, but both a little bit wide. This man should is deep outside of Hale as they run into the first corner. Danachenka, Hebe Reeby and Glen Rowan getting back in the field with Go. Bent Awesome Warrior, then Relenza Road. Arabia's back to second last, 12 to 15 off the leader, and Gillespie is last of all. Stars and Bars takes over. They're going to the 1,000. Stars and Bars joined now by Millennium, who dashed up quickly on the outside to take on Stars and Bars. This man should has trapped off the track, so he's going to let him slide around them 3 horses deep, but he's still off the track. Pimpata Player is next in the centre. Rapid Man fifth over on the inside. Wonder Hale, he's out 3 wide, but he is following up behind this man should. Spurred On is next in the middle. Glen Rowan just with him, followed by Betril. A fairway back as Danachenka, Go Bent, Hebe Reeby. Well back as Awesome Warrior. Arabia coming to the outside. She's 4 wide, but she's starting to go forward now. Then Relenza Road, and Gillespie is last of all on the home turn in the Doomben Classic, and it's Stars and Bars the leader. Stars and Bars straightens up by a length on Millennium. Rapid Man getting into the clear. This man should. Glen Rowan's coming home strongly on the outside, and here comes Arabia. She's finishing generously. It's Glen Rowan going to the lead. 150 metres to go, but Arabia's looming as a danger. Glen Rowan in front of Arabia. They're going to find it out. They're clear of Pimpata Player. Arabia coming at Glen Rowan. Arabia hit the front right on the line. She's got up Arabia. Arabia first, Glen Rowan second, and third Pimpata Player. Followed in by this man should, Rapid Man, and then Betril. Gillespie the next one home. Further back in the field came Rapid Man and Hale. Awesome Warrior, Millennium, Stars and Bars. Well back in the field was Relenza Road with Go Bent Danachenka. Spurred On, one of the last to pull up. He's second last, and last Hebe Reeby.
Protest on the previous Flemington, second against first dismissed. Correct weight there, 7, 6, 15 and 2. Race 7 Doomben, 15 Arabia, 650, 230. Drew outside, Len Beasley aboard. 7 Glen Rowan, 240, 13 Pimpata Player, $4.20.
And the Quinella to pay 28.10, Exacta 65.90. Trifecta $665. Extra double 10 and 15. That was Polished the Silver and Arabia. $140.50, special div, 16.10.
Arabia is the winner. Arabia by Zabir at a Trotanoid, trained by Paul Perry at Broadmeadow, and was written by Lenny Beasley.
And at the Barrier, Newcastle, Plumbing Plus favourite. 261.10 ahead of Spillway, 340 and 210.
Race 6 Flemington, 1 honourable mention, 12 and 3. 2 Gold Boom, 16 and 5. 3 Jubilee, 10 and 3. 4 Ultra Smug, 28 and 7.
The Malaysia Airlines SA Derby, they're about to go. Starter Mr. Lloyd Cromwell just barking some final instructions. All set. Racing in the Derby and Rally Red at the start. He missed it about 3 lengths. Off guard, ridden out with a whip by Cassidy. And there goes Doral on Exalted Lad. He's whizzing him across from the outside gate to head them off the first time. Exalted Lad leads Off Guard. Gee, they've gone hard early. Key Mark's up a lot closer today with Acrisius. As Off Guard came off the inside there, Acrisius had to check. 2 or 3 further back to Comforts. Around its outside, Barrelay. Bush Padres got in, one off the fence. Big Pat on his inside. Polish Echo deep. Then Caradan. Back on the inside next to Burley from Adolescence. Rally racing, over racing in fact, as they head out towards the crossing at the 1800 metre mark. The grey silver Banjo was third last. Vasileios second last, and Rum last of all. They head out to the Bray Street Road side of the course now, and Cassidy's going to take Off Guard to the top. So it's the Pumper, and Off Guard now striding clear at the mile. They lead by 2.5 to Exalted Lad second. Key Mark was third, Acrisius was fourth. Comforts was fifth on the inside from Barrelay. Bush Padres in a perfect spot for Preble. He's seventh on the inside, then Polish Echo. A length and a half further back to Big Pat, then Rally. Caradan was next. Then 2 of the John Hawke stablemates. You've got Adolescence with Burley on its inside. Silver Banjo was next from Vasileios, and Rum was back last of all, and must be 15 or 16 lengths off the leader, which is Off Guard as they head out towards the 1200. Off Guard leads by a bit more than a length. Barrelay went up to be second. Exalted Lad was third. Keymark fourth. Acrisius was fifth. Next on the inside, Comforts. Bush Padre now one off the fence. Two further back to Polish Echo. On its inside, Big Pat. Out three deep was Rally. A length and a half further back in the field, then to Burley. It's on the inside there of Cara Dan. Vasileos was next from Adolescence. Then Silver Banjo. And Rum was still last of all. Cassidy trying to establish a break again here on Off Guard. He's run off the track. He's run to the outside Off Guard. He's run off the track here. He's thrown away his chance in the derby. And Barrelay left in front now. Off on the inside, Exalted Lad. Acrisius went up to be third. Bush Padre. He's trekked into the race perfectly fourth. Behind those runners, then Big Pat now starting a run as they're about to wheel for home. In the Malaysia Airlines SA Derby, where Bush Padre absolutely cruised up to hit the lead. Big Pat giving chase. Then Comforts. Acrisius still there. Run from a long way back at the 200. Big Pat going to Bush Padre. Then Acrisius. Comforts. Burley was next from Vasileos, but Big Pat broke clear. What a moment for Peter Tulloch and Peter Mertens. Big Pat wins the Malaysia Airlines SA Derby. Big Pat first. Bush Padre second. Third, Adolescence. Fourth, maybe the stablemate back on the inside, Burley. But close up, Silver Banjo with Vasileos. Then Caradan. Acrisius was next from Comforts. Then Keymark. Rally. Rum was next. A long gap in the field to Exalted Lad, Barrelay, Polish Echo. And this other one Off Guard ran off, went in front at the 800-metre mark.
Winner there, number 2, Big Pat, P. Mertens, 420, 180, 3 Bush Padre, 190, 1 Adolescence at $3.40, being called up at Ascot.
And still no sign of a start. Flemington, we have correct weight the Gold Coast on 627, race 6.
Big Pat takes out the derby. Big Pat
Almost
from Bush
Perth.
Padre, Adolescence third. And I think back on the inside, Burley might get fourth, number 4. 2, 3, 1 in the frame. Big.
Red light blinking. Racing.
100 metres ahead of them here. Racing now. And they've jumped away only fairly. The favourite's gone away only fairly real time. First out, Jumalik. New Trader began well. And going through to join the leaders is Tears Royal as they settle behind them, Gold Boom. Over on the outside, Rodolli. VJ has caught out a little bit deep and going through in the centre, honourable mention. Next then was Be My Princess. Back behind it as they settle was Brodance. Over on the outside, Richland, Our Guided Missile, As You Do. Well back, Jangling Jack, and Ultra Smuggers last of all. As they head down towards the 850, the leader is now Gold Boom taking over from Be My Princess. And over on the inside there is Jumalik as they head towards the turn. A length away then comes Tears Royal, followed by New Trader. Deeper out on the track was VJ, a length to honourable mention. Real time back on the inside. Very deep, Richland as they swing the corner from Brodance, Immortal City. And at the head of the others then would have been Ultra Smug and As You Do. In the straight, 450 out, Gold Boom narrowly from Jumalik, New Trader. Wider out, Rodolli, the widest runner is honourable mention. Then comes Jangling Jack working into it from a fair way back with Richland. And going up on the inside is Real Time. Jumalik reached the lead, honourable mention, New Trader. And going through to join the pair of them there was Tears Royal at the 200. On the outside, honourable mention, New Trader, Jumalik, and now Real Time on the inside. Honourable mention and New Trader come away. Honourable mention, New Trader. Honourable mention does better. Honourable Trader has beaten New Trader, and flying third comes Jangling Jack. Next in, As You Do, Be My Princess, Real Time, Tears Royal. Then Jumalik, followed by Ultra Smug, VJ. Well back, Brodance. At the head of the others, then Immortal City. Gold Boom knocked up. So too did Tears Royal. And pulling up towards the tail of the field was Ultra Smug and Our Guided Missile, Richland, and last in Rodolli.
Double to McLeod, winner number 1, honourable mention, 1050, 340, 7 New Trader, 370, 8 Jangling Jack, 290.
Quinella, $50.50. Exacta, $82.90. Trifecta, $866.50. Extra double, 7 and 1, $136.80. Special div, $9.20. Is Ian.
Thank you, Les. And the Haunting Spirit runs favourite here. Number 3, 430, 230 ahead of number 6. Special.
A horse who loves to lead, and he just might get a soft run in front today, Haunting Spirit. Here's Ian Craig.
The 6, 461.70. Good late support, 7-step winner, 551.90. Previous one by Marquis, the Queenslander. Set to go. And the racing. Haunting Spirit is the early leader, taken on immediately, however, by Step Win. Plenty of pace early, and to length the Desert Sachet, followed closely by Power of Pegasus, Matiti Road, Zanetta. LA Blur, followed by La Destina Special Orders, and dropping to the rear, Grampians. They head along to the first corner, and Step Win is taken on by Desert Sachet, who pokes the neck in front. Haunting Spirit drops in a length and a half away third from La Destina the inside, and wider Zanetta. Then Power of Pegasus, Matiti Road, wider is Special Orders, a length and a half LA Blur. Similar margin to Grampians on the side past the 800 marker, and Desert Sachet is the leader clearly now from Step Win, about a half length in it. Third, and right up there is Haunting Spirit, and fourth La Destina, followed closely by Zanetta, who's scouting very, very deep, as is Special Orders, and then comes Power of Pegasus, nickled at. A couple of lengths to Grampians, passing LA Blur, and last is Matiti Road. By golly, Special Orders is wide in the blue jacket, white hoop sleeves and blue cap. They straighten up. Desert Sachet narrowly from Step Win. Haunting Spirit is coming at the pair from La Destina. Special Orders are still fighting on, and then Power of Pegasus and Matiti Road. Down past the 200 they gallop, and Haunting Spirit is a clear leader now. Special Orders and Matiti Road is coming right down the outer. Haunting Spirit taken on by one of his stablemates, Matiti Road. Haunting Spirit is pulling out plenty, and Haunting Spirit wins the money from Matiti Road. Third is close. Special Orders and Grampians hit it together from Zanetta and Power of Pegasus. La Destina, Step Win, Desert Sachet, and LA Blur was absolute.
Haunting Spirit returns to the winners list, trained by John Size, $4.10, $1.90. Matiti Road second at $3.90, and it's a photo finish for third. Well, it's time for the Group 1 Treasury Casino Doomben 10,000. Time-honoured race won by one of the great sprinters of the land, and there's Mr. Innocent leading the field out, Larry. Glenn Collis.
A tac-tac, having start 39 and win number 11. Number 3, Haunting Spirit, Brent Stanley, but no numbers have been semaphore following race 7. Matiti Road will be second, income $60. Yes, well, John Size, certainly a very, very busy man at the moment, placing... I was only thinking just a short time ago, Ray Murray, he was just telling me that Recall, who went badly in the main distance race of the day, a veterinary check after the event showed mild respiratory distress.
3, 4, 6 and 5.
Correct weight brought to you by Studded. With a fine track fast at 407. 1 Z favourite, 190, 130. 2 Southern Cross, 22 and 460. 3 Debbie's Pride, 8 and 2. 4, which is 10 Vanian, 40 and 13. Favourite 1 Z, 190, 130. Pat O'Shea goes 1 C to beat 7 and 2. 172, event 7 after 4.
We're running for $500,000. The Treasury Casino, 10,000. This race has been won by some greats of the past, some of the real heroes of Queensland and Australian racing. And we're about to see another name go into the record books. Spinning Hill in line, standing up well. Now, Conference is the one that we wait on. Mr. Innocent is in line. Century Kid and Ab Initio. They're on pace runners. They're widely drawn. Conference is coming across to his position now. Felvalon stands up well. He'll have to bounce and run, Felvalon, to hold his spot. Nowhere close. Pat Donlan doing the honours. His first Group 1 for Patrick. He picks up the button. They're set. Ready to go. Racing, Spinning Hill began quickly. St. Petersburg slow out. Felvalon began quickly. Marlena, Century Kid and Ab Initio all going fast in the early stages. Zariz through to be fifth. King Lotto sixth on the outside of Spinning Hill. St. Petersburg is next, then Mr. Innocent. Fritz and Piavonic getting back in the field. Sea Breeze, Ken Concarney, Conference. Shower Heart second last, and Sheeron is last of all. Century Kid is the leader, leads by a neck. Ab Initio sitting second outside of him. Marlena is a length away third. Felvalon tracking through nicely. He's fourth over on the inside. Zariz is a little bit wide, but he's going up 3 deep, slipping into third place now. King Lotto, Spinning Hill next. St. Petersburg is trapped off the track. Further back came Fritz. Sea Breeze is next on the inside. Piavonic is a little bit wide. Shower Heart, Ken Concarney, both giving them long starts as they come up towards the home turn. So is Mr. Innocent. Well back is Conference, and Sheeron is last. They're on the home turn. And